Did you know that how you eat your meals is actually as important as what you eat? Most people only focus on calories and ingredients and those things, but then they forget that how you actually eat your food plays a vital role in how your body processes and responds to the food that you eat. And that's actually where home dining etiquette comes into play. It's not just about looking polished or behaving a certain way on the dining table when you eat. It's really about cultivating mindful eating habits that actually make every meal more enjoyable, more satisfying, and then even more healthier. Yes, that's the actual role of home dining etiquette. Because when you eat mindfully, by eating slow, paying attention to your meals, and then adding some form of grace as you eat, you naturally just tend to eat less, digest the food a whole lot better, and then build a healthier relationship with the food that you eat. And the beautiful news is, it actually just starts right at your home from your dining table. So in today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you 10 simple home dining etiquette tips that will help you eat well, eat mindfully, and eat with grace, whether you're dining alone, with family, or hosting guests. But before we go into the etiquette tips, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, now would be a very good time for you to hit that subscribe button and the bell just right beside it so you can get instantly notified whenever we upload a new video, especially if eating healthy and living a healthy lifestyle is of importance to you. On this channel, we are heavily focused now on giving you all of the tools, the recipes, the information that you need to actually maintain a healthy lifestyle on this your journey of life. And yeah, if that's important to you, then definitely you should be a part of our growing community, because we're going to be bringing more of that your way every Saturday. Okay, and then we have an array of meal plans that can help you on your healthy eating journey as well. Meal plans that range from a high protein meal plan to a low carb meal plan to a weight loss meal plan, diabetes friendly meal plan, detox meal plan, and we are working on a couple of others as well. I'm going to put a link in the description box down below on how you can access this meal plan and start using them on your journey to eating healthy, so that you can actually make eating healthy more enjoyable. We did all of the work for you. These meal plans contain calorie counts by recipe, 7 size, the full ingredient list and the exact measurements, and then the full procedure. There are pictures attached to every recipe, so you know exactly what the meals that you're making looks like. So click the link in the description box down below and get access to it today. Without further ado, let's get right into the main video for today, shall we? Healthy eating and etiquette actually work hand in hand, because when you eat with grace, you pay attention to how you eat more mindfully, and that way your body actually digests this food a whole lot better. And as we progress with the video, you will see how they're actually very, very related. Just in case you're wondering, Winifred, why are you sharing etiquette tips? Aren't you about living healthy? They actually work hand in hand. The very first at-home dining etiquette that I've put down on my list is set the table. Guys, you need to learn how to set the table, even if it's just for yourself. Don't eat straight from pots and pans and holding food in your hand, or put the food on the plate and then you're holding the plates in your hand and you're eating. Set a table before yourself. You deserve these treats, guys. It's actually one way to romanticize your life and add some premiumness to your life. Even if you don't have a table or you don't want to set a table, put the food on a tray. Set the tray. It actually brings some form of sophistication into your dining experience, and it signals to your brain that it's time to slow down and eat intentionally, because eating intentionally is actually a healthy eating practice that helps you eat mindfully. So set the table. It's very simple, and it's a very simple habit that you can actually inculcate into your everyday routine. These days when I eat, I set a table, and I know how much it has actually helped me rewire my brain and about food. It has made me more friendlier with food, and actually look forward to meal times, because I know that now I have to set a table. I mean, I don't always eat on the table, but when I am not eating on the table, I'm eating with a tray in hand. It's a custom, it's a tradition. That way I sit down, I relish the food, I relish the moment, and I'm enjoying the experience. And studies actually show that when we treat meals as an event, not just a chore, we tend to eat more slowly and mindfully. Yes, that's actually my experience. And then this actually now supports better digestion and then prevents you from overeating. So set a table. Learn to start setting a table in front of you. Just set a table. Put the food on a plate. put a glass cup, put a cutlery, and sit there. And it's actually a beautiful way to create memorable experiences if you're dining with your family. Instead of just cooking and then dishing the food on the plate and saying, everybody come and take your food, and then everybody scatters in different parts of the house to go and eat. Why not set a table and everyone converge at the table? You can have family time, you can have conversations, and while you're eating, check up on each other, love on each other on the table. It's such a pretty experience, and again, it's a way to elevate your eating experience as well. So set a table. Okay. The second at-home dining etiquette that you can start inculcating today to help you eat more mindfully is sit down and eat without distractions. And setting a table actually helps you sit down and take on the right posture for the right way to eat. You take on the right posture because now you're sitting upright. And sitting upright is actually the right posture when you are eating. It allows your food pass through easily, and then it digests a whole lot faster, as opposed to when you're slouching on a couch or when you're lying on the bed or lying on the floor. So sit down and eat without distractions. Toss away the phone if you can, especially if you're eating with people. When you're eating with people, please try as much as possible not to have your phones in hand. There's a rule in my house. When you come to my house and maybe as a guest or whatever it is you come as, and we are on the table eating, no phones allowed on the dining table, especially when I have people around. Sometimes I can have my phone when I'm eating on the table by myself because it's just me, especially when I know that what I'm doing is actually maybe I'm reading up on food or reading up on something about food. I actually would have my phone in hand. But whenever I'm dining with guests or other people, it's a rule. There is no phones allowed. Bring your focus and your awareness to what you are eating, the food on your plate. Most times when I'm eating, I'm thinking about the farmers who had processed the rice or beans I'm eating. I'm thinking about how the food came from the farm to the market, how the process happened and everything. Like, I'm just thinking about the nourishment my body is receiving from the food. I'm thinking about the goodness of God that He made this food available to us through plants, through animals, and through all of these things. And that way, I'm enjoying the food more. I value it a whole lot more, and it just feels more enjoyable and more exciting. So eat without distractions, no pacing around, no scrolling through your phone if you must. Having a good posture communicates you have grace, and then avoiding eating while walking around or lying on the couch also shows that you are somebody who pays attention and is somewhat organized. So why does this matter? Like I said before, when you sit upright and you focus on your meals, it actually helps you digest your food a whole lot better and a whole lot faster. And then you are able to register fullness signals a whole lot quicker, as opposed to when you're mindlessly distracted by so many things. So set a table, sit on the table or the chair and sit upright while you eat. Okay, that's the second one. The third home dining etiquette that can actually help you eat more mindfully and with more grace would be for you to serve reasonable portions first. Serve in reasonable portions. You can actually always go back for seconds, and this rule is especially very important when you're dining with other people. It shows that you're elegant and respectful. You're respectful of others, especially again if you're sharing meals with other people. Start with smaller portions, and a smaller portion on your plate. Sometimes I always say that you can train your brain how to be full on what you serve it, on the only portion that you serve it. And whenever you heap so much food on your plate, especially if you have this rule that you must always finish what's on your plate, when you heap so much, even when you are full, you still just want to accomplish the goal of finishing the plate and finishing the food on the plates. And then that actually now leads to overeating and overindulgence in food, and that can cause a lot of harmful things in the body. So start with reasonable portion and eat that small. That way, like I said, signal to the brain that you can train the brain to actually accept that small portion. But if you still want more, you can go for seconds. So why this matters is that this simple etiquette rule actually prevents overeating and encourages portion control. And these two things are very vital and key to eating healthy and allowing your food actually digest a whole lot faster without you feeling deprived of eating. So start with smaller portions, okay? It shows a lot of grace, respect for other people if you're dining with other people on the table, okay? The next at-home etiquette tip that you should start inculcating into your everyday lifestyle will be for you to wait for everyone before you start eating. And what this means is if you're eating with other people, wait until everyone has been served before you actually begin. It just shows common courtesy. It shows that you have respect. It shows that you care about people and are not just concerned about yourself. So if you're eating with others on the table at home, wait for everyone to receive their meals. And then this actually cultivates the quality of patience in you, which is actually a very big quality that you need, especially when you want to start practicing mindful eating. So you see the food, instead of consuming it and not even giving a second break, you are calm, you're calmer, you're patient for the next person on your right and on the left and maybe in front of you to get their food first before you start eating. So when you pause before you take your first bite, you allow your senses to fully take in the meal. So the next time you're dining at home with family or friends, wait until everybody is served and then you can eat once they're all served, okay? The next one is learn to use cutlery correctly. Even in your house, you don't only use cutlery. I mean, that's if you have to use cutlery. There's some meals that you can afford to use your hand. Wash your hands, of course, wash your hands thoroughly. But if you're using cutlery, you need to learn to use the cutlery correctly. At this point, I would also say something here. When you're in your house, for example, and maybe you want to eat a piece of meat, right? One of the ways to cultivate grace so that it becomes an automatic part of you, whether you're outside or not, and you don't have to put up an act, is instead of using your hand, like when you are home, no one's watching, you use your hand and you are tearing the meat like it's no man's business. You crunch on the bone, you crack it. Yes, it's really enjoyable. I know. But then, can you practice actually using a fork and a knife to eat your meat at home? I'm telling you, like, so that it becomes second nature to you and you can eat a piece of meat with your fork and a knife, or with just a fork, and still consume everything on that piece of meat. It's just a way to build grace so that when you find yourself outside, you are not unconsciously cracking and tearing a bone and everybody's looking at you like, are you from the bush? So I see people who, they come out to dine in public, and because they've not trained themselves privately, you see them holding their fork like as if they are going to war with it. And then by the time they try to use the fork and the knife, the meat's flying out of their plate and embarrassing them in terrible ways. And that clearly shows they have no practice. This tells me that in your house, you are the type of person who would literally scatter and bamboozle everything with your hand and crack things with your teeth. But then when you learn how to use cutlery in the comfort and privacy of your home, when you come out in public, you are using it like you're using it well and people know you can use it, instead of coming out in public and you're embarrassing yourself. So I personally think that everybody should actually learn how to use cutlery. I'm not saying you should always use fork and knife to eat. I don't always eat with fork and knife. Sometimes it's just my fork. I don't eat with spoon naturally, and I don't eat with my hands unless it's absolutely necessary. But whichever way, whichever pattern, as long as you know that sometimes in this earth, on this planet Earth, you're still going to go out to dine with people, you definitely need to learn how to use the cutlery, and you can practice with your own meals in your own house. Okay? The next at-home dining etiquette rule that you actually need to start inculcating into your lifestyle will be for you to use a napkin. Use a napkin or a paper towel if you don't have a napkin. Don't wipe your hands or wipe your mouth on your clothes. Don't do like this. People that have maybe oil stains on their cloth, on their mouths, you see them wiping it with their cloth or using their hands to wipe it. No. Why not have a napkin beside you, or a serviette, or a tissue, or a paper towel? Always have it beside you, because something would spill. You want to clean something. Have something like that beside you, and that's why it's important to set a table or use a tray, because when you use a tray, you can easily just put a napkin or a serviette there. Again, it's just a way to eat gracefully. It's just a way to eat clean. It's just a way to eat with dignity. It's a way to show yourself that you matter. So don't carry a food in your hand and not go with a napkin or a paper towel to clean up your messes when you make a mess. And like I said before, when you practice these things at home, it becomes second nature to you, and you can easily do it when you are out without even thinking twice. Does that make sense? So one way to stay very clean and organized and graceful even when dining at home is to use a napkin or a paper towel when you are eating, okay? This next one is one that is actually, it's common knowledge, but a lot of people still flout it because they feel, hey, I'm in the privacy of my home, no one cares or no one is watching. But then unconsciously, when you go to the public, you eat like this and you forget yourself. It's simply chew slowly and keep your mouth closed. Chew slowly and keep your mouth closed. Eating at home is not licensed to chew like you are a goat. You think no one is watching? No. Eat slowly and keep your mouth closed. And of course, don't talk with food in your mouth. This one is a no-brainer. Take smaller bites per time and chew them thoroughly before you take another bite. And how this even relates to healthy eating is actually a way to eat mindfully, because your digestion process actually starts from your mouth. When you've taken the time to chew your food correctly and break it down with your teeth as much as possible, when it goes into your belly, it digests a lot quicker, and it's not just staying in the belly as whole foods or whole grains or however form that they come in, because you have already processed it first with your teeth by breaking it down before swallowing it. And that's what happens when you take smaller bites per time and you chew correctly before you swallow. If you are heaping food upon food in your mouth just because you are at home, that's not a good way to eat mindfully, and you might end up actually even hurting your body system. So eat with some grace by chewing slowly, and then of course keeping your mouth closed when you eat, okay? So the next at-home dining etiquette will be for you to put down your cutlery between meals. Yes. Put down your cutlery. Don't think that you are actually supposed to, as you are eating, as you're finishing one, you are eating another one. As you're finishing one, you are eating another one. No. As you eat one, finish one. Let the cutlery rest for a bit. Actually, what this does is it allows you to just eat slowly and intentionally, and then allows your body process the food, because it takes a little while for your body to signal to your brain that you are full. Sometimes, because you rush your food so quickly, you may already be full and not know, because like I said, it takes time for your body to signal to your brain that you're full. So when you're supposed to be eating a smaller portion and be full on that smaller portion, because you are rushing, you will end up eating a big portion and not still feel full, but maybe now start feeling full after a little while, after you're done eating, and then you now feel like you have overeaten. It's because you didn't give time for your body to process the food and send a signal to the brain that it's actually full. So in between meals, drop your cutlery, chew the food, let it go down, take a little while before you eat another one. Do you understand? It's a way to eat mindfully. It's a way to focus your attention on what you're eating, bring awareness to what you're eating, and just enjoy the whole process of the food that you're eating, and the whole eating experience. Make it more enjoyable and more exciting. Okay, so put down your cutlery between bites. The next at-home dining etiquette, and this one is for if you are dining with other people on the table, avoid reaching over to take something from the table. Don't reach over a person's plate, maybe because you want to take the salt, or maybe you want to take another scoop of food, or when you want to take something that's over on the other side. Don't reach over. You can gently and politely ask someone to kindly pass the salt. Can you kindly pass the salt, please? Can you kindly pass the water, please? Can you kindly pass this, please? Don't reach over. If you need something, ask. Ask politely. Reaching over somebody's plate is an absolute no-no, because you can pass a lot of germs, maybe from your arm. Like, don't do that. It actually even disturbs the symmetry of the table. It just disturbs things, and you don't know how you may. Don't just do it. And then it's also a way to you distract the piece from the table. So when you want to reach to get something, don't reach. Ask the next person, can you kindly pass that, please? That's actually a good way to eat gracefully when you're dining at home with others. And this also applies for when you're dining in public as well. Okay? I think I mentioned this next point when I was mentioning part 2 about avoid distractions, but it bears repeating. This one is especially for when you're dining with other people as well on the table. Keep your phones away and be present. Keep your phones away. Unless you people have agreed that you want to be pressing your phones together when you're eating. But if you're dining with somebody, be present in the moment. Avoid the distraction from the TV. Avoid talking on the phone with your friends or chatting or mindlessly scrolling, when you can build memories and have a good bonding time with the person that you're eating with. So this matters because eating mindfully is about being present. When your screens are out of the way, you notice flavors more, you're able to choose slower, you naturally regulate how you eat, and then, of course, like I said, you have a beautiful experience with the person or the people that you are eating with, okay? And finally, or even though I have a bonus tip, but the 10th tip here is excuse yourself gracefully if you need to leave. Don't just get up and leave, especially if you're dining with people. Even whilst you are at home, just say, excuse me, please, I'll be right back, and go do what you want to do before exiting the table. That's a no-brainer. You should already know that by now, but if you didn't, now you know, and so you do better. And my bonus tip, end gracefully. End gracefully. And what do I mean by end gracefully? First of all, express gratitude and compliment the meal. Even if you are the one who cooked it for yourself. Say, thank you for this meal. I enjoyed this meal. This was a beautiful meal. Something I do whenever I'm done eating, whether I'm the one who cooked it or maybe I even bought it at a restaurant and I'm the one eating alone. I'm like, wow, this meal was really good. Especially when I enjoyed the meal. This meal was really good and it really nourished my body. I'm grateful for it. It's something I tell myself. It's like it comes to me naturally now because I've done it over and over and over again. Then now, compared to when it's somebody else who has taken the time to cook the food that and then they served you to eat. Find time to gracefully compliment the food and compliment the person who gave you the food. And another way to end gracefully is clear up and tidy up your space immediately. Some people will just leave the plates there and get up and go. Maybe go and put the plates in the kitchen and that's it. No, clean up, tidy up, wash up after yourself. If you are eating alone and when you are eating, maybe somebody invited you over to their house or you're eating with your family, offer to help clear the plates, offer to help clear the dishes, offer to help clear the dining, offer to help. Don't just be there acting like as if you are the king and the master. Even as a king and master, you should actually be working. So thank you even to yourself, and clearing the plates even when done actually just deepens your gratitude and your connection with food and with other people who have taken the time to make the meal for you. So that's pretty much all of the at-home dining etiquette tips that I have for you. Remember that I said that dining etiquette isn't just about being proper, it's about being present. And when you bring more presence and grace into your meals, your body responds with better digestion, more satisfaction, and healthier habits without even trying hard. I said, when you gracefully eat in your house, you can gracefully eat in public without thinking about it. It becomes second nature to you. So start practicing those posh eating style. Let me put it that way. Start practicing those graceful eating style from the comfort of your home first. Put some premiumness on your life. Put some premiumness on yourself. You too deserve to romanticize your life and make yourself feel like you are worthy. And the one way you can achieve that is by putting to work all that I've shared with you in this at-home dining etiquette. If there's anyone I missed, let's continue the conversation in the comment section down below. Let me know what they are. And yeah, from today, ensure that you start eating gracefully and you start paying more attention to how you eat your meals. Remember that we have an array of meal plans you can choose from to help you on your healthy eating journey. Meal plans ranging from a low-carb meal plan to a healthy meal plan to a weight loss meal plan, detox meal plan, diabetes-friendly options as well. And then we also have a high protein meal plan, a PCOS meal plan coming up very, very soon. Just click the link in the description box down below on how you can access it. And yeah, get started on your healthy eating journey. I'll see you next time with another video. Until then, remember to continue to stay healthy. Take care.